My writing is not going well this year. Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is my update for quarter two of 2025. That's April, May, and June. And yeah, I don't really have a lot to update you on. I said in my last one for quarter one, I've been ill, it's not been going very well. Hopefully, I can get back on it and not have to make another video in quarter two of being like, yeah, this didn't go well. But that's exactly what's happened. In terms of a general life update, for context, kind of as an excuse, but also like life is a legit excuse. I'm still in the process of buying a house, still haven't moved in, will be moving in soon in quarter three, so quarter three is probably not going to be much better than this, just being honest, although we'll see. And I'm also still a bit ill, like trying to get my asthma under control after being ill in January. So we're in the seventh month of this, like, can't really breathe properly nonsense, which is not ideal. We've also had some more grief. Yay. Love losing loved ones. And also moving my horse yards far away from me to retirement because that's what's going to make her happier and healthier. So I'm only really seeing her once a week now, which is like really sad and it's really been getting me down. So, like, the mental health is questionable at the moment. And I really wish I was one of those people that could like take my sadness and put it into my art, but like that's just not what's happening because I'm like very fatigued. So that's what's happening, that's what's going on in my life. But on the plus side, I have maintained weekly videos on this channel. Despite my lack of viewers, I continue to sit down and show up and film and edit these. And I think I'm getting better at speaking. I just got a new microphone so that I can upgrade my sound a little bit so it's better for the viewer. Let me know if you think this is an improvement. Hopefully it's not doing one of those robot-y glitchy things. But this is amazing. I like got it on Amazon and just plugged it in and it works, seemingly. So that's great. We'll hopefully filter out some of the background noise as well. So, the channel is going well on my end. Just need to get people watching, which is fine because I think I'm still working. It would be great if people discovered me once I like iron out all of the flaws with my content creation and then people can tune in like once I'm actually good at making these videos. That would be great. So I am working hard. I'm putting in the hours to this channel and also to my Instagram. Go over to Instagram and follow me at Corinne is Literate. I kind of do weekly posts with my reviews from these videos, but I'm trying to up my content and do a few more per week because that's kind of what you need to do. And that's fun, but I'm still kind of learning the whole Bookstagram thing. So go over there, give me feedback. Feedback always welcome on the channel and on Instagram. And in terms of like time spent per month on this YouTube channel and the Bookstagram stuff, it's probably about 12 hours. I'd say it's about 3 hours per video because it takes about half an hour to film, a bunch of time to like get the files all organized, a bunch of time to edit, like an hour. So I am putting the time in, I'm putting in a lot of effort, but that is all time taken away from writing, which unfortunately is sad. But it's like a different kind of energy, a different kind of skill set. So if I'm getting like tired of one, I can do the other. And that helps me kind of monitor my energy levels, which is good, especially since my energy is so negligible at the moment. On top of that, I've really been putting the hours in June to finish the marketing course I signed up for. Signed up for ages ago, so I started from the beginning and I did the whole thing in June, which is really great. I'm now kind of in the process of sitting down and looking at branding and all of those things. It's a little bit like fourth wall peeling back to be talking about that here, to be like, hey guys, I am trying to make a brand for you. But that's kind of the name of the game, and I think it's good to be honest and upfront about that. I think I've been filming videos for this channel now for about 9 months and I'm just learning myself. I'm figuring myself out. I'm figuring out because I am myself on this channel. I'm not trying to be a brand at the moment, but it's trying to build a brand around like what I authentically am so that it can like you can have some healthy separation between your online presence and your real life in which, like I said, you're going maybe through some shit. You don't always want to take that on to the internet. So that's what I'm trying to figure out at the moment. And that's quite fun and quite valuable because it means I'm also thinking about the brand of like the book that I'm writing. Obviously, the book has its own themes, its own messages that aren't like personally about me, it's more about the broader world and the characters. and each book has its own brand. It's got like a cover, it's got a color scheme, it's got a font, it's got a target audience, it's got its key messages. So having a think about that while I'm writing it will help me stay on kind of brand, help me with marketability. It will save time in like future drafts. I might like draft a load of nonsense and then be like, who is this for? Who's this book for? What is it trying to say? And then have to do a lot of edits to correct everything to make sure it's marketable. So I'm doing some of that now that I'm like just over halfway through the book. Hopefully the second half of the book will be like quite on brand, and then I can go back and tidy up the beginning. This might have been good to do at the start before starting the draft, but you also kind of need to write a bit, I think, and get to know your characters, get to know your draft, because you can outline and you can have like these character profiles and you can have a bit of a plan going in. I mean, that's what I have, but it also takes on a life of its own while you're writing. I'm constantly like changing things about the original outline because once I get in there, like into the world and into the character's head, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. That's not really logical for where we're at. And that's great. I think writing a first draft is getting to know the story, it's telling yourself the story. So as I do that, I'm also figuring out my like strong message and my brand around the book. So work is happening. I am working quite hard, but the word count is low. I think I wrote 700 words, just over 700 words in April, which is when I had a bereavement. And then nothing in May, had a holiday for like half of it. So like I didn't really plan to write much in May. I was just kind of trying to keep on top of these videos while I was away. And then June is where I really picked things up. I've made so many videos, I've done all of this course, and I've written about 4,500 words and I finished chapter 10 and I've started chapter 11, which is great. I feel like that was a bit of a sticky chapter because I was so unproductive, so distracted by other things. Meant I was stuck on chapter 10 for quite a while, so it becomes a bit of a like big issue in your head. So now that I'm over the hump of that, the story's starting to get quite interesting. We're moving into like, there's layers being added. We're kind of careening towards the climax. And yeah, it's getting a bit more exciting. My plan going forward into quarter three is obviously to prioritize getting back into a healthy writing routine. That's kind of what I've been doing this month, although those words were kind of done in only 4 sort of big sessions. So I need to get more of a stable daily habit of writing, I think, because I really still want to finish the draft this year. And I think the end of this year seems like a while away. We're in July. And as I get towards autumn, I'm starting to feel the pressure, which will maybe be good for me because I think, you know, deadlines and pressure helps a lot of us to actually get the work done. I also think it's going to be so nice to be like in my own house, my first home, create a cozy space where I can write. Because at the moment, I write in bed, which is not the best place to be productive, I don't think. And creating a little beautiful space for myself is going to be so motivating. Creating new routines is going to be really helpful for my mental health and for my writing and productivity. And it's going to be good, but it's also going to be so busy packing, moving in July, hopefully by the end of July, unpacking in August, decorating, trying to make these spaces. I really think it's going to be September before I'm kind of even remotely settled, and we're probably going to see a similar pattern in quarter two of like nothing, all the work in the final month of the quarter. But I think that's okay. I mean, moving house, it does take priority. Like, that is just the reality of life. And real talk for a second, it's really hard to distinguish between like taking care of yourself and relaxing and resting legitimately and taking care of your mental health and like being lazy and letting your dreams fall by the wayside. Because on one hand, like, am I genuinely struggling a bit? Yes. Do I genuinely need rest and recuperation? Yes, 100%. But also, when I write, I do really enjoy it. It gives me a lot of fulfillment and I feel accomplished. And then the relaxation time that I have in the kind of couple of hours before bed after I've written, I can genuinely enjoy it. Whereas if I do nothing and I would just like finish work at 5 and then chill till 10 p.m., that then makes me feel bad. So, like, I'm resting and I might really need that rest, but it feels not so satisfying and guilt creeps in. And I know we shouldn't feel guilty about resting, but sometimes we do, especially when you're like me and you've got, this written project, this dream. My dream is to finish this book, to publish it, ideally. And I've had it for a long time and I started it a long time ago. Yes, I scrapped it and started again in 2023. But at the end of the day, this project has been like a bit of an albatross around my neck for like 10 years now. And I think if I had written it 10 years ago when I had the idea, it wouldn't be as good as it is now. Like, I'm more of an adult now. I've learned a lot more about the world now, and I think it's an important story, and I want it to be genuinely good. But also, there comes a time where you have to stop waiting and you just need to get it out your head and you just need to do the damn thing. So I really beat myself up about it when I'm not productive with the writing and when I'm not doing the damn thing. And I also worry because, see, if I actually had a deadline for this book, it wouldn't be going well. Maybe if I had an actual deadline, like from a publisher, I would be a lot more motivated and it wouldn't be so like self driven. But I also think there's a lot of times when I'm genuinely very fatigued and genuinely need a break and when I genuinely can't face it. So I do worry about working full time, having my other responsibilities, taking care of myself, and also writing a book, and also running social media and trying to market. It's just a lot, and I don't know how people do it. If you're writing a book and you're having a bit of a struggle, please comment below and let's just, not feel so alone in these feelings sometimes. It's really so hard when your mental health's a bit ropey to just not feel like shit and feel like you're a shit writer and it's all pointless and it's all not going to go anywhere. But like the healthy part of my brain is like, no, like there is something here. This is good. This has potential. There are worse books out there, plenty of worse books. So there's no reason why mine doesn't deserve to get out there and into readers' hands. There are lots of people who would love this book. There is a readership out there for everything. I just need to write it and I need to find those readers and I need to get it to them. And if this is the only book I ever write and publish, then that's fine. I can be happy with that. If I publish it and then decide a life of deadlines and constantly churning out books is not for me, then that is what I'll do and I'll focus on my main career and it will be okay. I have a dream to write this book and get it out there, and I owe it to myself to fulfill this dream to the best of my ability. I could end up getting scammed. I could end up, getting a deal and then not getting the marketing budget and it just flops and it's not really my fault. I could get it out there and people hate it. Or I could get it out there and everything could go well and everything could work out. Maybe that could happen. We shall see. The best I can do is try. So even though I might not manage to write every month, I will finish this book eventually, by hook or by crook. And if you're out there and you're struggling to write your book too, I believe in you. We can both do it. Subscribe to this channel. Let's follow each other's journeys and give each other pep talks. So, anyway, that's my update. That's all there really is to say. Is it going well? No. But will I get it done? Yes, because I have to. And like reading goals wise, if anyone cares about that, you've seen this channel. I've got like reviews out pretty much every week. Not so much reviews, more like this is a book club. We've both read the book and we're chatting about it and we're going into spoilers most of the time. So yeah, I've been reading a lot. I've finished the ACOTAR and Throne of Glass series, so Sarah J Maas is like to the side now because I probably won't read Crescent City. And I've read 24 books, which is great for halfway through the year because I read 24 books in the whole year last year. So I've really doubled my reading speed, and a lot of the books I've read, like the Throne of Glass series, have all been like pretty big. So maybe I can even do more than that in the second half of the year. I've really not been like gaming or watching a lot of TV. I've basically exchanged some of that chill time for a lot of reading time, which is how I've managed to change and up my reading level. It's not that I'm getting quicker necessarily, and it's good. I've been enjoying it, and I hope you have too if you subscribe to this channel and you've watched all my videos about the books I've read. I've not really done any of my specific goals like reading a classic or reading one of the neglected books on my bookshelf or rereading any of the YA books that I read a long time ago and reflecting on it. So maybe I'll do that in the second half of the year, but my TBR is like huge, so I'm not sure. I'm just going to be vibe reader now that all of Sarah J Maas is done and I've not really got that many series in the TBR. I'm just vibing. At the moment, I'm vibing with thrillers. For some reason, I was just really in the mood for thrillers, so I went and guess what? I went and bought more books that I didn't need. So reading those at the moment and then back to the old TBR. Funny how you can get tired of books that are on your TBR that you've not even read yet because they've been on like your to-do list for so long. Bit toxic. I think doing this channel and doing like Bookstagram and stuff has made me a bit of a toxic book buyer. It's giving consumerism, but I think like books are the only things I'm over consuming at the moment. So there are worse vices to have, I suppose. Let me know how your mid-year is going. Do you have any goals for the second half of 2025? Let's chat about it in the comments and pick each other up. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Bye!